I'm Jennifer Leonard. This is my dad, Doug Leonard. I'm a member of Harpeth community. I've been a member here for a little over 2 years now. I have a daughter, Cody, who's 10. And we just want to take a moment and just tell the story of what God has done in our lives over the past 2 years. I have been overweight my entire life. I always grew up being the heaviest child, usually in every class I was in during school. By the time I had graduated high school, I was over 200 pounds, and by the time I graduated college, I was over 300 pounds, and just continued to gain weight over the years. In January of 2007, God blessed my life in an amazing way by giving me my daughter, Cody. She was 5 when she came to me through foster care. And for the next few years, I focused really on she and I attaching to one another and being a part of our family, and her becoming a part of the family with my parents and my sisters. And so I wasn't really concerned about my weight during that time or my health. But a few months before we were getting ready to finalize Cody's adoption in September of 2009, God spoke to me in just a very clear way about becoming the parent that Cody deserved and becoming the mom that she needed to have. It was in September. We had gone out to Henry Horton State Park to celebrate my dad's birthday. It was hot and it was muggy, and I was out of breath and tired and sweaty. And I can remember just sitting on the sidelines and watching my daughter play. And she would continually ask me to come play with her on the playground or take a walk with her or go down to the river, just really anything to interact with her and be a part of her life. And I sat on the side and just really started crying and wanting so much to do the things that she wanted me to do. And it was at that moment that God spoke to me in just a clear way. And He told me, He said, "Jennifer, this is not the life I had planned for you. You know, I promised you this abundant life, and it's there, ready for you to take advantage of it if only you would do it." And I can just remember saying to God, you know, "God, I've tried to change my health. I've tried to change my life, and I can't do it. I failed so many times." And He said, "I know that you can't, but I know that I can." And He just asked me to trust Him at that moment to take me on this journey. And I can remember looking around and thinking, this is my Creator speaking to me. And everything that I see, He made with His hands. And so at that moment, I trusted God and just asked Him to take me on this journey and lead me and guide me and direct me, for me to make a real change in my life, to be obedient to Him. It wasn't really about just losing weight. It was about living a life of obedience and living the life that God had called me to live. About 2 weeks later, I asked my dad if he would go with me to Weight Watchers. And I really thought he would say no, but amazingly, he said yes. So we walked into Weight Watchers together on September 28th of 2009, and I weighed in for the first time and found out I had weighed 436 pounds. Really had no idea what that total was going to be. A little bit devastated by the number, but encouraged at the same time to know that God was going to take me through this. My dad and I started making small changes in our life, and started keeping each other accountable. We started exercising for the first time ever. And over the next 2 years, God was so faithful to me, to both of us. He sent people in our lives to encourage us. We found a new group of friends at Weight Watchers. I joined a gym, found a whole new group of friends who taught me how to exercise and how to take care of myself. Whenever I would start to feel tempted or to eat something that I shouldn't eat or to not exercise, God would just remind me that this was a journey that we were on together, and He would encourage me and keep me strengthened during that time. In February, March of 2011, my dad and I both reached our goal weight, and we were just so excited to do that. I've now currently lost 295 pounds, and my dad has lost 190 pounds. But you know, it's not really just about the weight. It's about the life that we're living now. He and I both, with my daughter, completed a 5K in September and a 5-mile walk in October. I'm currently training for a half marathon. And more than that, we've been able to share our story with other people and just show them that there's hope, that you don't have to stay in the place that you are. You don't have to be chained by your burdens or by your struggles, that God can break those and He can bring you through, and He can give you this abundant life that He's promised you. The verse that God always reminds me is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. And I think more than anything, that's what God has given us. He's given us a hope and a future of this abundant life that He's promised us and that we're living for the first time ever.